Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right everybody, time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it, talking about some comic book news. Big announcement this week at C2E2. And there may be some to come, but we'll get to those next week if there are. But the biggest news I have found this week, the Three Jokers. The Three Jokers is being addressed. It's being created right now. It's going to be a book written by Geoff Johns with artwork by Jason Fabok. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be so cool. Jason Fabok is an amazing artist, done some great work at DC, including working with Geoff Johns on Justice League and that Dark Side War. In fact, in the issue where it was revealed to Batman that there are in fact three Jokers in the DC universe. If you don't know, you should know, but if you don't know, there are three Jokers in the DC universe. It was revealed to Batman when he was sitting on the Mobius chair. This mystery was announced and then never revealed. Nothing ever really got back to it. This is going to be addressed in a mini-series apparently. I don't know what it's called. There's not an official name. I would not be surprised if it's called The Three Jokers. But like we said, Geoff Johns, Jason Fabok, that's going to be awesome. I was assuming that Geoff Johns was going to address this in Doomsday Clock. And maybe he is, but maybe this miniseries is like going to really explain everything fully. But I'm super excited. It's time to go ahead and reveal this mystery, explain what's going on. What were you thinking about? I have a theory about the Three Jokers, amongst other theories that I go over in one of our videos. I'll throw a link down below to my Three Jokers Explained video that I did as soon as it was announced. I thought it was kind of an obvious idea. I understand now that the plural of crisis is crises. So if you haven't seen the video and you watch it, you know, don't comment about that already now. Or you feel free to comment about that. Anyway, if you want to know my theory about Three Jokers, check out the video down below in the description. But anyway, I'm super excited for that to be revealed. Artist Joelle Jones, who's been doing some work over at Batman with Tom King, also being the Supergirl book, a fantastic artist. She does some amazing work. She is launching a Catwoman series. She's going to write it and she's going to illustrate it. It's going to come out in July, following up Batman number 50, following up the wedding of Batman and Catwoman. So now that we know that post-wedding, Catwoman has her own series, we're pretty certain now that the wedding's actually going to go through and it's going to happen. And nothing tragic's going to happen at the wedding or right before the wedding. That should come later. But a new Catwoman series. Catwoman books have always been up and down for me. Sometimes they're really bad. Sometimes they're not good at all. And sometimes they shine through and they're really, really good. Ed Brubaker had an amazing run on Catwoman. That's my favorite run on Catwoman. Seriously, that stuff's amazing. If you've never read it, that is the definitive run on Catwoman to me. I'll throw links down below to get you started on Amazon at great prices and help support PCP at the same time. Spider-Man. We're building up to issue 800. It has been confirmed that Spider-Man is going to be back in his black costume, or at least a variation of the black costume, because if you look at it a little bit closely, it's slightly different. The same design scheme, but just some slight tweaks here and there, a more modernized version of it. I love it. Still, seriously, to me, the coolest looking Spider-Man suit ever is the black costume. It made sense in the comics when he disavowed the black costume when Venom appeared and Mary Jane was attacked in her home by Venom. She didn't want Peter wearing that. Well, now the wedding, the marriage to Mary Jane, the relationship, it's all over, you know, and Dan Slott's already said it's not starting up right now. I mean, they did that in the book. So it's going to continue on into the Nick Spencer run, apparently, in some form or another. He's going to be back in this black suit. It's definitely going to have some kind of tech-oriented reason. There's going to be a reason why he's putting on this suit. Usually the reason has been in the past that somebody died or someone is dying. Now, there's a lot of speculation that someone's going to die. In the end of Dan Slott's Spider-Man run, my money is on J. Jonah Jameson. If anybody does, he will die a hero saving Peter. But I think the black costume suit is going to be some kind of anti-symbiote suit. So that would be why he would still have that suit and it would continue on. But anyway, it's always cool to see Spidey in that black suit, right? That black costume. Absolutely, in my opinion. Extermination has been announced from Marvel Comics, an X-Men-centric comic book miniseries written by Ed Brisson, who's been doing amazing work on Old Man Logan, and I just last night read his Iron Fist book, and I'll have a video about that in a few days, later on in the week maybe. But Ed Brisson is a hell of a writer right now, doing some really cool work, especially over at Old Man Logan. Pepe Larraz, who's been doing some stuff with the Avengers titles, the No Surrender stuff, he's going to be the artist. This book, though, is going to finally deal with the time-displaced original X-Men. They've been here for a long time. Back when Brian Michael Bendis started All New X-Men, it was a really cool story at first. I thought it was a good exploration on where the characters were now to starkly contrast them with the original X-Men characters. To see the original Cyclops from the 60s with the post-AVX Cyclops, there's some really powerful stuff going on there, especially with Jean Grey finding out that she's dying. Everybody around her's got all these emotions and feelings about her, and about her like being evil or maybe being good, and love the feelings like from Cyclops and Wolverine. All that stuff was overbearing to her. It was a really cool story, but it has well ran its course, like so much so. It's been like the Cullen Bunn X-Men Blue book right now is something that I really do enjoy, but I do think that now that Jean's back especially, come on, guys, we got to deal with this. They're going to deal with it. The X-Men got a new editor now. One of the first things he's going to do is let's deal with the time-displaced X-Men. So that's Extermination. That's coming out this summer from Ed Brisson, Marvel Comics, Pepe Larraz. Also from Marvel Comics, Fresh Start. Fresh Start starts next month in May with Avengers #1. Now, the cool thing about it, for those of you, well, they just started the Marvel Legacy, the Legacy numbering, the old school numbering, and now they're going to relaunch again. Are you serious? Yes, they are, but they're going to have dual numbering. So they're going to have the best of both worlds. They're going to have low numbers, like this is #1, because I think low numbers are important to new readers at times, so you don't feel like you're bogged down. And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with renumbering every volume. Basically what Marvel's doing is they're letting a creator have a run, and then they're going to relaunch it when a new creator comes in to let people know, hey, this is where you jump in. But I love legacy numbering. I love the big numbers. I love celebrating issues 600, 700s, 800s, 900s, 1000s. We got 1000 this week, and it doesn't happen unless you respect the legacy numbering. So it's really cool that Marvel's going to be doing the dual numbering, having the new numbering, having the legacy numbering on there, just like they did when Joe Quesada came in at first as editor-in-chief in those early to mid-oddies, and they had the dual numbering. I think that's the way to go. Seriously, it's pleasing to new readers, and it's very pleasing to old readers, and it helps everybody with their collections and organize them. That's the way to go. That's at least in my opinion. Speaking of Marvel Fresh Start, I got a chance to read Avengers #1 by Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness, and I cannot say anything at all about it except for this. This book is awesome. It's huge, it's crazy, it's epic, and it is, like I said, that No Surrender finally feels like a story worthy of the Avengers. Avengers #1 by Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness makes all of Avengers No Surrender seem like just such the smallest little fill-in issue. Like seriously, this is big deal stuff that directly deals with Marvel Legacy and what happened in there. Really cool stuff. I just got a couple things to talk about, movies and TV. First of all, TV-wise, Nat Geo, the National Geographic Channel, they are starting to develop a series based on the movie Hidden Figures, which is awesome. Hidden Figures is an amazing movie that's about some of the African-American science pioneers in the early NASA space program. It was a great film, uplifting, a needed film. It was very refreshing, and it's very refreshing to have this news that Nat Geo is attempting to make a series based on it. I think it could be really cool. I love anything about the space program. Being from the area where I'm from, the space program's a big deal to me in my town, and so I love anything NASA related. I love the movie. I'm super pumped for the series. The executive producers of the movie are going to be producing the TV series, so that's cool. Nat Geo, I'm kind of down for it. I hope it happens. I hope it actually comes to fruition, but seriously, I'm very excited for that. And also, Woody Harrelson as Carnage. This was something that I read last week, but I didn't report on it because I honestly thought it was an April Fool's joke, because it first got announced on Bleeding Cool on April 1st, and I was like, well, that's a really good April Fool's joke. Well, apparently it may not be. It may be a very strong rumor, because now more sites have picked it up. Rich Johnston and Bleeding Cool have said, that's not a joke. We didn't do any jokes like that. Is a real rumor, strong rumor that is near confirmation. And I'm just going to tell you this, and I think we know that Woody Harrelson is in this Venom movie. If they got Woody Harrelson playing Cletus Cassidy, that's inspired casting. Maybe older than we would have thought at this moment in time. Woody Harrelson has played characters much like Cletus Cassidy, like in Natural Born Killers, for instance. He's a well-versed and actor with a wide range. He really does. I still know him, of course, as Woody from Cheers, because Cheers is like super cool. But Woody Harrelson's a great actor. I think he would really nail Carnage opposite a Tom Hardy Venom. So I could be down with that. So that's what I got this week. Let me know what you think about all that news and more in the comments down below. Upcoming work here at Pop Culture Philosophers. We got Movie Monday tomorrow. We are so close to Infinity War. Movie Monday tomorrow, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. We'll be talking about me, Brooks, and Jelani. We got the 80s comedy podcast up right now at popculturephilosophers.com with Alex and Richard from the Killing Time radio drama. Check them out. Check out that podcast. Super stuff. The next podcast is Westerns. Justin and Mike are on that episode. It was fun, though we got a little too inebriated at the end, but it's a Western podcast. You got to drink some cheap, warm whiskey, right? The next podcast after that is going to launch right before the Avengers Infinity War movie, and it's going to be all about the Avengers comic book, not the Emma Peel, Steed, not the Peel and Steed series, or the movie with Uma Thurman and what's his name? It's Sean Connery. That's what I'm thinking of. Anyway, but we're doing an Avengers podcast. That's super cool. Also, the weekly comic book review and all that stuff and more here on the YouTube channel. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/PCP. You get early access to videos, you get commentary, you get a newsletter, get a lot of fun stuff, lots of content there for our Patreon community. So check us out there. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Thank you for rocking with us. Keep on digging.